It's finished here at the Crown Arena, Rochdale 2, Altrincham 1. A hard-fought game between two sides that certainly had their exchanges in the last few months. Manager Phil Parkinson joins me. Phil, a couple of worldies in there, hard-fought game, but come on the wrong side of the result, unfortunately.
Yeah, desperately unlucky there at the end. I mean, the Lucas Weaver chance was the best chance in the game, wasn't it? And he did brilliantly, exactly what you want your subs to do, made an impact as soon as he come on. I knew he'd get one opportunity to burst past the lad because he's quick. The other lad they brought on, that was to see out the game. He's a centre-back playing wing-back. So, yeah, really unlucky. And then Sam Reid maybe should have left it for Charlie Kirk, but point blank, he's not going to leave that. And they'll say they've had other opportunities as well, but at that point in the game, we come away with something if we're a little bit more clinical. But so proud of the I call them the young guns, because that's what they are. So many 21-year-olds in there, young Remy coming on from the academy, 18. It's like they've done ever so well. These, for me, will be one of the best teams in the division. What they've built here over the seasons, they've built on what they've already did last year. They've sorted themselves out as a football club. Everyone can see that. So to come here and do that, it shows that the belief that we've got in the young players that we've recruited can get to where we need them to be, and it's just full of potential for me. There's so many positives, but the big kick in the teeth is not getting the result when you deserve it. So you put all that effort in, people will forget that performance. In a few weeks they'll just see the result, but it was a really, really tight game that could have gone either way.
Alty started off by far the better of the two sides. Keaton Ward opening the scoring early on with some strike as well. That was that start you were expecting. Obviously, Rochdale last season, they came out the gates quite quick against us.
Well, we've had different approaches against them because, like ourselves, they want to be ball dominant. They're certainly probably more ball. There's no probably. They are more ball dominant than us. The system they play allows them to do that. We want to be a little bit more dynamic. However, last season, we had two different approaches, and we felt the one that we used today was the best way forward against them. But they're such a good team. They've got absolute real experience and depth in the squad now, and that's why I think they'll be one of the strongest teams in the division, because they built on a really good season last year for me, and they haven't lost players like we have. They've retained and they've grown, and just looking at Manny Desirui up there, it's frightening the fact that they've now gone from Cairo Mitchell to Manny Desirui. It's you could see what he brought to them under the most immense pressure of saying to James Gale, they're the levels that you need to be getting to now. But I thought James was superb as well, but Manny was out of this world today at times. I think he was lucky to stay on the pitch as well. But there was a bit of needle in the game. It's close to home, and I mean, no one wants to see anyone red carded, but you can't be throwing punches as well. So apart from that, I thought it was a really, really good, fiercely contested game.
In the second half, it was Alaraki's second goal was quite the unfortunate one, coming off the foot of Tyler Golden and looping over the head of Luke Hutchinson. Apart from that, there wasn't much in between the two sides, and the substitutions that you brought on definitely helped.
I think so. They got into our 18-yard box a couple of times, and they'll think that they've had a couple of good chances, but we've got good blocks on there. The way they play, they are going to penetrate them areas at times with the build-up. But I thought we got in equally as good areas as well, and like you said, the goal that they scored, a deflection, and for me, the lad's offside who's on Luke Hutchinson from the corner. I know he's not touched it, but he's in his line of sight, he's disrupting him. We were very aware of that, but again, we don't have VAR at this level. I've said it a million times, and I don't expect to have that, but it's disappointing when it doesn't go your way. And then, like you said, Keaton scored a fantastic left-footed volley. I mean, some of the goals he scored already this season, pre-season, and now really showing his quality, and again showing what I could see in him when he was at Boston, that ability to score a goal.
Two players who linked up quite well this afternoon, Jimmy Nolles and James Gale. Jimmy played off the left today. Is that something maybe we're going to see a little bit more of?
Well, that's why I originally brought him in to play off the left, because I felt he could be landing on a lot more balls. But against these, when we can't get out, we need them willing runners in behind, and Jimmy certainly loves to run in behind. James loves to run in behind. Carell probably prefers the ball at his feet, so you've got a nice mix. Keaton will run in behind. So you've got to do that because they keep a really high line, and we were really unlucky sometimes when we got in. We couldn't get that final pass right or execute the shot. And like you said, with Jimmy off the left, gives us a different dimension to what they probably were expecting an Ollie or a Charlie off the left.
And finally, just in terms of injury updates, Elliot Osborne wasn't in the squad today, and you've of course announced yesterday the arrival of Sam Barnes as well.
Yeah, so Elliot, we're hoping it's just a week, but we don't know. He might have to have an ultrasound scan on his quad, but knowing Elliot, he should be okay. But I never want to put any dates on it anymore, because you think someone's okay, and then we're in this centre-half position that we've been in. Just on the centre-half, what you said about Sam Barnes coming, I thought Dan Sassy was unbelievable today. When I'm saying how good Manny Desirui was, Dan Sassy was fantastic. The amount of duels that he won under immense pressure against one of the best hold-up strikers in the division. I just thought he's everything that I've seen in him. Real colossus performance from him. And on Sam Barnes, I'm hoping we've got a real Rolls Royce of a centre-half coming in with real good pedigree, ability to bring the ball out, which will enhance what we're doing.
And all eyes turn to Tuesday night, don't they, in terms of Hartlepool's visit to the J. Davidson? Is that going to be something where we enter that part of the season again a couple of weeks in, where it's fixtures coming fast and quick?
It is, and it's not helpful, is it? Because the lads have put a massive effort in there, and they're a young group. The bodies probably aren't used to that level of opponent for that amount of time. And like I said, we're a young group, and we don't want to use that as an excuse. But I'm aware of it, and I've got to be aware of it. I'm not going to go in and absolutely berate them for not getting over the line in that. The potential in the group is really high. The bit that we'll need to see now going into Tuesday is an element of consistency, because to churn that out and then drop below that standards will be difficult to take, and that's the stick that I'll beat them with. Sounds cruel, that, doesn't it? But it's true. They've set a level now, an expectation against, for me, like I said, at least a top 3 team in the division, and we've more than matched them this season.
Cheers, Will.
Thank you.